minutes because of lightning. Now it is because of lack of light that this ball game has been delayed. Well, we're going to take leave and check in with what's going on in the world of sports. Then we'll come back for the completion of this game. But let us rejoin Sports Center in a moment.
An offer to him. And what Lee Steinberg said is true. He never once asked about the money. Lee did, but Steve never once mentioned the dollar, other than the fact that he did want to give something back to BYU.
Well, I have seen something like this before. Tampa Bay a year ago when we got lightning out and they had to take the teams off the field because of lightning. But lack of light I have seen before. Now, they're nowhere near fixed, and the word we get because of the type of lights these are, once they do repair them, once they do turn them back on, it will take another half hour before they are warmed up sufficiently to light the field. So the teams are leaving the field to their respective locker rooms, and they, like us, will go on and will come back out and complete this game. The question being, as I look down at the stadium, a lot of fans here realize the same thing, and they're not going to wait until the lights come back on, many of them, and a half hour go by before they warm up again, because it will be then very late. And remember, the wind chill factor is 21 below zero, and that's a little much to ask of a lot of folks. But the teams are leaving or have left the field. Houston's already gone, and we're going to go away again with a score 21-7 Houston, and the lights are out.
Things look kind of dark in San Antonio, Texas.
Go again on 4th and short, and that is Sanders, and he's got the first down to the 26-yard line, where Mike Ulmer made the stop. They'll move the sticks. And Houston now, well, since the first quarter, Paul, nearly every time has moved the football just as much as it wanted. Admittedly, there has been a drive or two that has stalled and they picked the ball away, but they've just controlled the football and the game. Now, for the first time, Walter Poole comes in as one of the slot backs or split backs. He's out wide to the right, number 44. Now coming in motion toward you. Got so many flankers there. There goes Johnson, and he's going to get cracked and thrown out of bounds by Peter Redford, number 20. They got so many wide receivers and split backs back there, slot backs, that they have to run around each other when they're running in motion.
Did you see the move that Johnson put on Jim Bob Morris?
Mm-hmm.
He froze him, did a little stutter step, and Jim Bob Morris didn't know where he was going to go, and all of a sudden Johnson broke it back to the outside, but he only got just a little bit beyond the line of scrimmage, about a half a yard.
Second down. Kelly can take his time in the huddle because nearly every pass has been to the sidelines where the receiver stepped out of bounds, or they've run it to the sidelines and stepped out of bounds.
Makes for a long game.
Oh, yeah. But they're looking for their first win ever. He overthrows Johnson there, and it's third down. Remember, neither of these teams has won a game, only this is just the second game of the season. And Jack Pardee said this has to be a good game, and they hope to get Chicago next week.
All right, here's one remaining back. Now, this time it's Fowler, number 46. His job is to get right in front of Kelly and help out on blocking patterns. That's Gillen, who's coming in, number 76, and Fowler taking him on. He just helps up, which I guess the best way to explain it, he picks up the garbage, whatever left over.
McGee comes left, far left, and Moser goes right, far right. This is Fowler in motion. And this is third down 10. Here's Kelly, and look out, Kelly. They got him, and that is Mike St. Clair. He's having a good night tonight. Gets him all the way back out near the 40-yard line. It's fourth down, and about 25 to go.
Mike St. Clair beats the right tackle, Tommy Robinson, number 70. Kelly cannot see him now. Now he does, and it's just a little bit too late. When you see St. Clair there, Kelly was rolling to his left. Now watch, look at Kelly. Now his back is totally to St. Clair. He can't see him. And by the time he turns back, all of a sudden you see the big blue jersey.
Yeah, Walter's back to do the kicking. He'll probably aim for one of the sidelines, I would imagine. It's for this one over here, but it's not going to make it. It's going to go into the end zone and will come out to the 20-yard line. 11:27 to go in a ball game now being dominated by the Houston Gamblers of Jack Pardee. 28-7 the score. Parker ball in and out of his arms as he took a short dive at the 50-yard line. Coverage over there from number 35, Mike Mitchell.
I'm impressed with Ford because that ball there should have been caught. It hit Parker right in the arm, and he dropped the football. And what Ford is doing, he's taking the short routes. He knows that the Gamblers are going to be playing just a little bit deeper because they have that 21-point lead. So he's going to take exactly what they're giving him, the short routes.
Third down and 5 to go from the 37-yard line. The blitz is on. Ford gets the ball out here and rolling with the ball, and that is a catch. That is a catch by Danny Buggs, and it's a first down.
Jim, this ball is thrown again to Buggs. They're hurrying up. They're coming to the line of scrimmage, but this ball is thrown to Buggs as he's making the break. It's almost on like a blind catch because Buggs is making the break. The ball is thrown. He comes back to the ball, and the ball was perfect.
Less than 10 minutes to go now. The ball's on the 44-yard line of Houston. And Ford is trying to ignite something. Gets it out here, and this may be trouble. It's beyond the outstretched arms of Marcus Bonner. Over there defending was Mike Hawkins, the linebacker. That stops the clock with 9:47 to go. And it'll be second down and 10 from the 44. Yesterday, you just couldn't believe it. Here in San Antonio, Texas, the temperature reached about 80 degrees. And our television crew, there's a flag, and they might have roughed up Mike Ford. Let's see what Tom Wilson has to say about it.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, 58 on the defense, first down.
That's Ricky Young. Got it called on. Hard to say, about 82 degrees, and our engineering crew in setting up for this they're perspiring. And today, everybody's freezing. From the 29, first down. Ford delivers it. Buggs can't get it. Fine play by Mike Mitchell at the 10-yard line, getting him a hand in there at the last minute.
Now, if Ford would have been on target with that pass, it would have been a touchdown because Buggs had Mitchell beaten on the play. Buggs ran a direct post pattern, came from the outside to the inside, going away, and Ford was a little bit behind.
Into the ball game comes Scott Stamper, number 30, a running back, and he immediately gave a play to Mike Ford. Second down, 10. The crowd that is here is a noisy crowd. Ford puts it up, and that's going to be intercepted. Oh, he can't hold on to it. That looked like JoJo Heath, just activated. Played with Toronto in the Grey Cup that Paul and I did up there this year, and later played for BC on the losing side in that Grey Cup.
He was trying to throw the ball right down the middle to Armstrong, and JoJo Heath, the free safety, you'll see why he's called the free safety. This ball hits him right in the hands. Tells you another reason why JoJo Heath is on defense and not on offense. Look at this ball, misjudging, and then Armstrong drills him.
Third and 10 with Parker to the left and Buggs to the right. Armstrong, a major tight end. He's on the left side. Ford on third down. Has his man up in the air for grabs. Nobody can get it. Rodney Parker with good defensive work by number 24, Will Lewis.
Will Lewis played that play very well in the corner, and he had Rodney Parker man for man coming across the field. Another slant pattern towards the post, a little bit deeper. When you say post pattern, they're going directly to the post. This was about a 12-yard pattern, and Will Lewis played Rodney Parker as well as you can play anyone.
9.5 minutes left. 28-7 Houston. Third down and 10 San Antonio. Make that fourth and 10. Whoops. Now get back. He got back. Here's Ford, and he's overthrown his man, Tony Armstrong. Overthrown by 4 or 5 yards right down the middle. So they take over, meaning Houston. They've got the lead, 28-7. They've got the football with 9:28 to go. And this is an offense that really doesn't run the clock down because it's a passing offense nearly every time. We'll come back to see how Jim Kelly and company operates.
Nissan explodes interest rates on trucks.
Football coming up, the NCAA tournament. 25 games. The first one next Tuesday, March the 13th, a week from tomorrow. A word about the fans here in a moment as Kelly brings them out, meaning Houston, first down at the 29-yard line. And that is Fowler, who's going rather rush that has gone in motion. And a play across the middle, and that is broken up by D'Amico. A lot of the fans, once They could not pick up the first down, meaning San Antonio headed for, well, let's wait for the replay.
We're going to take a look at the center. That's Kidd, number 61. He's the center, and his job is to pick up whatever comes off. And again, I say trash. I'm not anything personal about the player. Dillon was the man, number 76, that he blocked. He just helped out his left guard.
2nd down and 10 from the 29. Rush in motion, but they're going to throw it over here to McNeil, and McNeil, well, he breaks the tackle and is thrown out of bounds rather hard by number 24, Larry James. That will stop the clock. What I was starting to say is we were away for a commercial after San Antonio could not drive for the touchdown, and the folks here realized that it's about over. A lot of them got up to leave. They know that San Antonio is losing. They know that they've been very cold tonight. They know that the lights went out for 45 minutes tonight. But they may not know that Lonnell Fee is going to be operated on tomorrow, the #1 receiver. And they may not know that Rick Neuheisel, the #1 quarterback, will have to have x-rays to see what's the matter with his left hand. They may not know how bad this night could really be before it's all over for San Antonio. That's a shame. Here's Kelly. Kelly dumps it across the middle and has his man there, and that is Mark Rush. And Rush has a first down, keeping it alive out to the 49-yard line, where James and Morris, they call them outside linebackers, but they're really defensive backs playing up there on either side.
Kelly's laughing. He just patted Mark Rush on the head, number 49. He knows he's got so many weapons and so many people to throw to. When you start concentrating on the outside, then Kelly starts working back to the inside with his slot backs.
But it must be something, Paul, to realize that you really don't have a running attack to control this. You've got to control it with short passes, and they want the clock to get out of here. They want this game to be over, but they still must throw the ball. Such is the nature of their offense. Now they're going to run it one time here. Let's go up the middle and see what happens. And that is going to be Fowler carrying the ball as the flag goes down. Fowler got to the 48-yard line, but a flag went down.
It's going to be against San Antonio. And the umpire is the man that threw the flag, and that's way back deep in the secondary, but that, whether it's piling on or face mask, I don't know. Face mask.
Face mask. 8:25 left. I'll repeat again that Houston stays on the road for the 3rd time. Next week, they go on to Chicago. They don't open at home until their 4th game against New Jersey on the 18th in the Astrodome. And San Antonio, which has been on the road for a couple of, or I should say at home for the last 2 games, losing to New Orleans 13-10.
Number 28 on the defense, still first down.
And losing tonight by the score at the moment of 28-7. They get their first road game next Sunday at Oklahoma. Jim Bob Morris was the man called with the face mask. McGee wide to the right, and McNeil, they've been getting him into the offense more tonight. Wide to the left. And Poole was in motion. Here's Kelly. Still, here's Kelly. Kelly, look at this. All by himself is McNeil. Doesn't he have quick feet inside the 20-yard line? First down, Houston. Down to the 17-yard line.
Larry James was the closest man to McNeil, and that was 30 yards away.
At least.
Kelly was going to roll to his right and throw the football, and he wanted to go deep with this ball. It was first in about 3 yards. Now he faked. He comes back to the inside. Here comes McNeil back to the ball. Now watch, Jim. All of a sudden, there are not too many people in the area. Richmond, number 29. I'm sorry, I said before it was someone else. It was Richmond, number 29, that was close, but he was so far off, and Kelly saw him. McNeil, why not give him the ball instead of run?
Rush in motion to the right. Kelly throwing on every down, puts it out there and bounces at the feet of number 44, and that is Walter Poole. They're playing Poole and Rush. And Mike St. Clair got a hand on it. That's why it bounded at the feet of Rush. There's Jack Pardee. He can smile now. Wasn't smiling back in the first quarter when it was 7-0 and then 7-6.
I think somebody might have said on the sideline, hey, coach, let's run the ball and let's get out of here.
They can't do it. They absolutely cannot do it. They got 7.5 minutes to go. And as long as Houston controls the ball, you realize it's going to be nearly a half an hour to play that 7.5 minutes. There goes McGee out to the right and McNeil to the left. Only a few folks left now in Alamo Stadium. Here's Kelly going on every single play. And out there is Poole. And Poole gets down to about the 11-yard line before he's stopped by Mike Ulmer, the safety. Poole, number 44, is out of Southern Illinois. He's not a big man, 5'11", 185.
You know, we talk about there's 5 receivers that he has to throw to coming out of the backfield. And
Right.
he's thrown to all of them a number of times.
We'll have to see how many times he's actually thrown. He's getting 43 times he's thrown already tonight. And remember, in the first game against Tampa Bay, he threw 41 times. That was a 20-17 game. They're ahead. Here comes number 44, unless he decides to run with it. Now he's going to put it up in there. Oh, look, all by himself. Hello there. Mr. Moser has a touchdown. Greg Moser, out of Oregon, has a touchdown.
Well, I said they mix it up. He's thrown 4 passes in a row to 4 different people. Moser, when he goes downfield, now we're going to watch Moser all the way. He's coming off the line of scrimmage. And here he is. He's drifting into the end zone. Now he hooks up close, okay, and sees Kelly in trouble, so he just slides across the end zone. Nobody, but nobody, is even close to Moser, and there he is for the touchdown. The man, Mike Ulmer, coming in, was on the other side of the field. He wasn't even part of that play.
Well, there's Kelly. Finally got a touchdown pass out of all this throwing. He scored a couple touchdowns himself. And there's the extra point by Brockhouse. And it is 35-7. Houston, 6:45 to go in the game.
I'm Lee Iacocca. My parents, and maybe yours, were among the...
That's at 9 o'clock. Before that happens, at 7 o'clock, will Georgetown win the Big East? We'll have the Big East Championship live here on ESPN. On the dead run, ball is taken by number 23, Mike Ulmer, a safety who is playing deep there. Short kickoff, gets the ball back across the 30.
Okay, now we're going to look at the touchdown again. Here's Kelly scrambling around, and he's looking downfield. Moser's the guy that's going to get the ball. The man that was covering me at first was number 20, Peter Rayford, and he didn't stay with him. Now we'll see Kelly. He's going to roll out, and Moser was not his primary receiver now because he was looking to his left, rolls out to his right, and then all of a sudden he sees Moser, Greg Moser, in the end zone all by himself. And now, Jim, we are going to see, in a few moments, we're going to see the Musketeers, the little bitty guys, little people.
Movement there. You know, we've been talking about all the negative things that have been going on to San Antonio tonight, the injuries, losing the ball game. Let's talk about the positive things to Houston. Now, they figured that they had Tampa Bay beaten last week, and they'd only lost by 3, and they figured that a call did them in there. They came and stuttered for a round and sputtered for a round for a little while as you look at the scoring drive tonight. But then once that first quarter was over, they took charge. I think it also we should walk out of Alamo Stadium tonight realizing that Jack Pardee has put together a pretty fair offense and football team.
He certainly has, and with all of those weapons, you're going to drive a lot of defense. Is crazy.
1st and 5 from the 36. Ford, look out, ducks, not enough. Down he goes. Ricky Young on top of him. They're just sending everybody now because they know that Ford, like Jim Kelly, who does a choice, Ford must throw now.
Oh, he must throw, and they're going to just unload on him. Ricky Young, number 58. You see him right there, but watch him here. Don't look at him there. He just unloads. He waits for the guard to move out. Rich Garza, he goes right by Garza, and he gets help from Andy Hawkins, number 59. Ford goes down.
If you just tuned in, this game was delayed 45 minutes because some of the light stanchions went out. And we had to wait for them to be fixed. And there's a throw over the head of Danny Buggs. And it is 3rd down.
Not only was it over the head of Danny Buggs, but Danny wasn't about to go up going into the middle, knowing that if he had stretched out, he could have ended up like Fee.
Lonnell Fee, who's going to be operated on tomorrow. 3rd down and 13 to go. I would venture to say out of the crowd that was said to be 10,000 tonight in this frigid weather, that maybe 200 or 300 remain here at this late hour in San Antonio.
Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Here's Ford. And trying to get to this is Buggs again. He was double teamed. Mitchell was with him stride for stride, and JoJo Heath was giving help toward the end of the play, and they'll have to get rid of the ball. They will punt this time. They don't want to give it up inside their own 30-yard line.
6:07, and you know, with Houston getting the ball, as you've said many times, 6:07 will not run off the clock.
No. There's McNeil. He has shown flashes tonight, and they're convinced, despite his small size, 5'8", 140 pounds, that he will be a very important part of their team, returning kicks and catching the ball. Fryer kicks the ball away. And McNeil's not going to call for a fair catch. They're bearing right down on him. Down he goes. 5:56 to go, and the Houston Gamblers on the way to their first victory in history.
To friendship, Senator.
Florida, and expected to be a big crowd. The new quarterback, Todd Dillon, out of Cal State Long Beach on a handoff. And Fowler got a few yards on it. Dillon set 16 different school records throwing the football while at Cal State Long Beach. He is a rookie, 6 feet tall, 195 pounds, just 22 years old. And they're going to save Jim Kelly, who had quite a night. We got to pick a Menon MVP. At one time we're saying Harrell, but Harrell did not play much of the second half. Kelly's been moving the ball along, so Paul and I will get together and see who's going to get that award. Here's Dillon again, and Dillon's going to throw the ball, and unable to hang on to it is Walter Poole. And it's 3rd down and 8 to go. 5 minutes, 14 seconds left.
And that was an excellent pass. Poole running to, Dillon running to his left and throwing the ball to Poole. And as Poole turned upfield, Dillon hit him right in the hands. There was no reason why he shouldn't catch it. I'm impressed with all the quarterbacks that we've seen. Neuheisel did not have a very good first half, then get hurt. And then they brought on Mike Ford, and I thought Mike Ford looked very impressive in the first drive.
There's Jim Kelly. How sweet it is to win, right, Jim? Been some time since he won, since he was hurt his senior year at University of Miami. Dillon throws. Oh, couldn't catch the easy one, but Poole catches the tough one. Behind him, turning around with his right arm. But Choate put him down. They'll move the sticks with 5 minutes left.
Don't you, Jim, you've seen football games for years and years and years, but doesn't it just makes you wonder sometimes. You see Poole come out of the backfield, and Dillon hits him with a nice, easy swing pass that you should catch 99 out of 100. He drops it. Then he throws the ball over his back shoulder. He makes a turnaround catch that looks impossible for anyone to catch.
He had to concentrate harder on one than on the other, I believe. There's Dillon looking down, swinging the ball out toward Richard Johnson, and it's no good and stops the clock. Chaffetz White was out there covering. 4.5 minutes to go.
I can hear that Houston bench from over here saying, hey, will you run the football, please? And up the middle.
But you know, it's a funny, if people just tuned in now, you would think, watching this series of downs, that Houston is trying to come from behind at 35-7. They're leading at 35-7. But as we said at the very outset, this is their offense. 4 wideouts, throw the football. They only ran it 17 times last week against Tampa Bay, and 4 of those were scrambles by Kelly. So they just don't run the ball.
Well, they have some running plays. They have 3, I think.
Look out. McNeil diagnosed beautifully there by Larry James. And James came up to make the stop.
Larry James finally committed himself to the wide receiver, Gerald McNeil, and James made a great play, a little bit too late. Dillon's going to throw this ball. He looks to his right, looks him off, brings it back, and look at James. He's right there, number 24, tackling McNeil. No way can Boucher get to the outside, who is the guard, to help out.
Gil Steinke's got quite a week ahead of him. Great work at Texas A&I, but he has lost certainly one of his wide receivers, maybe his top quarterback, and certainly his second game in a row. 3rd down. Poole in motion. 15 to go. Dillon back to throw. Dillon, and there's a diving try by Walter Poole. No good at the 40-yard line, and they'll kick the ball away. Tyler was covering him. And so apparently Ford and company will get the ball back. Effort to make this a little bit closer. It's well out of hand. 28-point lead for the Gamblers.
One thing you could say, the Houston fans, James, they're going to see exciting football down there. They're going to see the ball in the air 95% of the time.
Dale Walters to kick the ball. Long count, but the clock's not running after the incomplete pass. Rather good kick. Driving back Bonner. And Bonner, wow, as he hit as he gets to the 25-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 from there. Next Monday night, Paul and I'll be out in Phoenix again, and that's no bad place to go. The Washington Federals will be out there, but they've lost Craig James. They fired their coach Ray Yock. They got Dick Bielski in there. And I would always hate to go face a George Allen team anytime his team is lost, let alone anytime his team was favored to win and lost. So the Federals are liable to have a tough time next Monday night.
Especially when George Allen has a 1-minute commercial out there in Arizona that says we will not lose at all this year, and he already did that once.
By 3 points. Maybe he'll do another one. Here is Ford to throw the ball, and is over the head of the intended receiver, and that's the tight end again, Tony Armstrong. Seems to be a favorite target since Mike Ford has come in. That's about the 5th time he's thrown toward Ford.
Oh, we got 3:27 to go, and we know, I know we keep repeating ourselves. I thought it was a great line when you said if you turn into this game late and you think Houston was behind.
That's right.
They're up 35-7. We know that San Antonio will throw the football, and we also know that when Houston, and if and when they get it back, they will throw the football.
Each team going with its backup quarterbacks for different reasons. Kelly had a good night and is not hurt. Neuheisel had a bad night and is hurt. Armstrong drops the ball as he is stuck there by the back, Calvin Eason. Eason, a rookie out of Houston. Back party 58-53. But he did build the Chicago Bears into a playoff team. Replaced with the Washington Redskins by Joe Gibbs, who promptly lost his first 5 games and then began to win and go to the Super Bowls. 3rd down 10. Ford gets it. It's Parker across the middle, and Mitchell knocks him down, but it's a 1st down. San Antonio holds onto the football at the 39-yard line. And they're trying to get another play away in a hurry.
Again, you know, we're at that position where, look, if you look at the defensive secondary of Houston, they're way off. Their safety is almost 20 yards away from the line of scrimmage.
Ford getting it out toward the sidelines to Danny Buggs over there, and Buggs falls down, trying to avoid Calvin Eason, and he just went down to the ground. But there's a flag back at the 35-yard line. And they're coming back. They'll bring it back. 2:45 left. There's the score.
Jim, let's be honest about it. Gil Stanke has got to take a look at this film. You know, sometime if you say in a season when you have one bad game later on in the season, you may not let your team look at that film. They've got to look at this film and take a look at all the mistakes that they're making. Not only not moving the ball offensively, and they did a pretty decent job with a couple of linebackers, Choate and D'Amico.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, chop block, right guard offense, 3rd down.
Arlen Thompson.
Well, that's the right guard. But, you know, you've got to take a look at this thing and say, here are some of the good things that we did. We know all the bad things we did. Each individual man knows when he leaves this field how bad he played. I'll get back to it.
1st and 25. Bonner tries to pick up a lot of yardage and does not. Gets out to the 29.
So they have to say, you win with a positive note. You look at the film and say, here are some of the things we can do, and we can do these things if we work on it. We want to do them consistently. So that again is you look at the good part, you forget about the bad part because you can't bring that back, but you want to improve on the good things.
That's on the field, but off the field, the media has been on San Antonio, even though it's only 2 games old as a franchise, and after tonight, I would assume that they will not be that easy on him. Trying to get the ball out here. Don Roberts, good catch. Don Roberts steps out of bounds. 1st down at the 48-yard line of Houston. Being annihilated as they are tonight, 35-7.
Well, you see Roberts catch this pass. This is a nice touch by Ford, and Brock, the linebacker, is trying to cover Roberts one-on-one. That's tough coverage for the linebacker, but the ball was laid in the right position, over the shoulder and away from the linebacker.
Tell you what, as Buggs catches that ball, Paul, we hope that Neuheisel is not hurt badly, but Mike Ford has done nothing to dispel thoughts that they're going to be without a quarterback. 2-minute warning to go. 2-minute warning. Houston out in front, 35-7 here in San Antonio. I'm taking better company MVP, most valuable player. $1,000 to the College or University of Jim Kelly's choice. It's his choice. He had a great night tonight.
Well, here's his second touchdown, actually.